my mind until they close the curtains. Look deep inside before you judge the surface. Look in my eyes and read between the lines. My soul is searching. Chosen, gotta focus. They notice.
That's all right. Hopefully y'all can hear that. Really, Mom.
I'm calling my spirit, and if it can hear me, it's spoken with purpose.
Yeah. Spoken with purpose. Welcome back to another show with your group. Your women podcasters. Podcasters.
SWP.
That's right. Y'all already know that. Spoken with purpose. Y'all already know I'm your girl, host Tanya.
And I'm your host, Kiana.
And I'm your host, Monique.
And I am the woman behind the women.
I know that's right.
That sexy voice. Turn on that sexy voice.
You so special. Well, we here with another hot topic again for you.
You Kiana and I'm Monique tonight.
Yeah.
Okay.
We ain't got no extra babies and more monies and man, look.
And baby.
None of that.
Y'all already know we switch up from time to time. Just is what it is. All right, Kiana, you want to give them the topic?
Yes. So, what is our topic?
Oh, Lord.
Get your notes together.
Get my notes. Don't lose yourself is the topic.
Man, like I got notes. Y'all got notes.
Self-hate and conforming. That's the top. That's the subtitle.
Yeah.
Self-help.
Self-hate and conforming.
Okay.
Don't
Correct.
lose yourself.
Okay.
That's what we on tonight. Y'all.
So we picked this particular topic because we know that we all have insecurities. And the fact that conforming is stress, we felt that it was important to promote self-love.
Yeah, that's good.
So let's talk about this topic here. I want to start off with the definition of conform.
Okay, that's good.
So that way we could kind of understand what conforming is instead of just going straight off the dome. So it says, it has three. The number one is comply with rules, standards, or laws. 2 is of a person, behave according to socially acceptable conventions or standards. Let me say that again.
Go ahead.
Behave according is socially acceptable conventions or standard. And then the third one is be similar in form or type, agree. We probably most likely gonna deal with the third one. Well, all of them, but you understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically what conforming is, which is dope. That's good. It lets people know what we're talking about.
Exactly. When we mentioned the word conform. And I thought that the self-hate and conform kind of go hand in hand to each other. Because I asked this question when I thought about the title. Let me see if it's because I got so many questions. I said, do your insecurities causes you to conform?
And I was just gonna ask you, do insecurities and low self-esteem, go hand in hand? You know what I'm saying? With the self-hate, the self-hate.
I do.
So, yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, and I think you can have an insecurity without you hating yourself. I do. I mean, it may be something that you may dislike about, because I have some stuff that I dislike about myself, but I still love me. Like, I don't hate that particular thing that I'm insecure about. You just walk bold in it, but I still love me no matter what.
Yeah, that's good. You're not bold in it.
Exactly.
Because my insecurities, I'm definitely hiding it, and I'm not showing it because I'm not bold in that area. But
Because you're uncomfortable.
I'm uncomfortable,
your insecurities is causing you to be uncomfortable.
But yeah, mine caused me to be, I'm still uncomfortable in them though.
But you say you bold in them.
I walk boldly in them because, I guess you could say that I'm not going to allow, I'll use this as an example. Like, say, for instance, because this body, everybody doing the body contouring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm on the list, but that's besides the point. They have this body contouring, like you got to have a certain silhouette as a woman. You got to have the big boobs, you got to have the big butt, the small waist. I mean, you got to have hips. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to have a certain physique to be considered a dime in this world, or to could be. You know what I'm saying? And I just think I think it's ridiculous. So if you have insecurity about a little pudge that you got, you go to thinking about what they consider what is it, and that would be the girl with the nice contour shape with the big booty, big breasts, and small waist. So it makes you think, should I get this fixed?
So do you think that as a woman, men put that pressure on you, or social media?
I think both.
Or society.
I think both, or
Like
even
society.
me. I think it's a combination. I think it could be me, social media, men. I think it's all
Society.
in society. At least for me, I think it's a combination of them all. Even though I know the other ones may exist, for the most part, I do it for me. I don't let what other people think that it should be affect me. It's just what I want to be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I have a surgery that's planned, and I'm going to do something concerning in that area of body contouring. And but I'm doing it for me. I'm not doing it for my husband. I'm not doing it for nobody else. No reason for anybody else other than myself.
So if it wasn't so popular, you think you would still want to do it?
Yeah. Because now that because I always been like this, y'all already know, I've been like this all my life. So to have these changes with my body, it's certain stuff that I want to wear, and I'm like, and then it's affordable. Shoot, it's in my reach. I got to have it.
So it's not because you actually see, you can visually see other women, you know, with this body, and you're not, you know, comparing your body to that other woman's.
No, because I'll be adding other things to the surgery that I'm going there to get. The surgery that I'm getting is what I want, according to how I want to look. I'm not getting according to what they think the body should look like.
Yeah, so for me, I'm also going to get a surgery, and it's not because of, you know, anything that I see,
right?
Because I was born with what people are going to get. But for me, is my body has changed from, I mean, even after my kids, except this last one, I was always able to just snap back. Yeah, I always had a big ass booty, small waist, flat stomach.
Yeah.
Not anymore. So I just want that back.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm going. I'm gonna need Jakaya. Thank you. Move. Thank you. All right. Let's go. Insecurity. It's an insecurity. Like
Absolutely. Absolutely. So what is your take on it?
Well, I don't have nothing planned.
you ain't got
I don't
no
have
plan.
no surgeries planned or anything. I haven't even never considered it, but I do. You know, I remember. I'm going back in an era where we were young, and at once upon a time, it was the light-skinned women with the pretty hair that was very popular. You know, and for me, I always felt like I hated myself, but I definitely had an insecurity.
Yeah.
I had an insecurity about my skin color.
Yeah.
Thank you, baby.
Right. Because
I'm looking like a grease monkey up here. We on complexion right now. And right about now, when I get on my complexion, I need to be able to
Talk about it.
yeah.
I really did. And I never ever told nobody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
I haven't known.
yeah, I never told anybody. I definitely, even my hair, I had, insecurities about my hair growing up. And it had a lot to do with, and it had a lot to do with, being teased in society. It was a whole bunch.
Yeah. Look.
To the point where.
Black people problems.
Yes.
Dark people problems.
That naughty karate.
Well, you ain't dark, but
but I
thought I was dark. You know what I'm saying? Because of what people would tell me, they'd be like, "Yo, black self, you so black, and you so."
Yeah, please.
You know what I'm saying? So I went to thinking I don't want to be black. I don't want to be this color. I want to be light skinned. And
well, you want to be light skinned. You ain't mind being black.
Yeah, I mean black as in the color, the dark skin color, not so much the. African American, whatever you want to call us. But I definitely dealt with that. I dealt with that to the point where I actually became suicidal.
Oh. What? I'm surprised. I'm sorry, y'all.
Best friend. You ain't know?
Yeah, I didn't know, and I thought we talk. Well, I know we talk about. We say everything, but for the most part, the majority of everything, we know we don't say everything. But I definitely didn't know that.
Yeah, I did. I attempted suicide when I was like 13 years old.
What you did?
I took pills.
Really?
I took yeah, I took a bunch of pills. It's hard to like even talk about. I ain't never ever told anybody. Like I never told anybody this, but yeah, I took pills. But you know when you supposed to live, you supposed to live. Because what happened was I took pills and went to sleep, and when I went to sleep, I woke up throwing up.
Yeah.
And it was throwing it right back up. You know what I'm saying? So,
wow.
Yeah, I was 13. I kissed my two sisters because, you know, they older than me. I kissed them goodbye and went to sleep.
Shut the front door.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I just felt, hello, everyone.
Hey,
I just felt like, you know,
Viewers.
yeah, I felt ugly. I felt, you know what I'm saying? I felt like, you know, it was a lot. It wasn't just that. I didn't like who I was. I guess it was self-hate then.
Yeah.
I didn't like who I
Yeah.
was. I didn't even know who I was, even
Right.
at that age. You know
How
what
can
I'm
you
saying?
hate somebody that you don't
But I
even know
hadn't
who
even
you
had
are
a chance
yet?
to, you know, but because of what I was being fed, what I was being told, what I was being, you know, what I was seeing, I was comparing myself to other people. You know who I used to always think was so pretty? The lady on A Different World. What's her name? Whitley.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the light skin, with the cute. I want to be. I can't be like her. You know, that's how I used to think and stuff. So, when
That's what we were programmed to think, that light-skinned girls with pretty
Right,
hair
and
is
thin.
what's pretty.
They was
Yeah.
thin. They didn't have the curves like now.
Yeah.
It was they straight thin. We was, you know, I thought that was the it thing. You know, back then that's what was popping. Being thin,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
being light skinned and pretty hair.
I don't know about the thin, but I definitely do recall light skin definitely being in.
Yeah, but back then it wasn't.
I think we were definitely on the thinner side, but I don't remember it being a focus
on the
on
thinner
somebody.
side?
You know what I'm saying? Like the
Well, but
back in the
outside of
day.
you, Monica, you were born with all of that. Outside of all of that, you may have had someone who may have had a nice apple bottom booty, you know what I'm saying, and some, but it definitely wasn't emphasized like it is today.
It definitely
Yeah,
wasn't.
There wasn't a big representation.
Right.
Yeah.
Of curvy women, dark
Yeah.
skinned women.
Yeah.
We didn't, especially on TV. And yeah,
Yeah.
we didn't see that.
Yes.
We
I
didn't
agree.
see that, and if we did see it, it wasn't known as
It was
this is
cute.
beautiful.
Yes.
It would be like a slave, or, you know,
Yeah.
something like
Yeah.
that. The maid.
Yeah, they tried us.
They tried us. They tried us.
Us, because we all one. The black race. How they separated us. That's some bull crap.
Well, I always, when I was a little girl coming up, I always considered myself as, I don't know if y'all remember, some of y'all might be a little too young to remember the story about the ugly duckling. I always considered myself as the ugly duckling that turned into the
remember
beautiful
that
swan.
I remember this.
Yeah. But and I didn't turn into the beautiful swan because I felt like I became beautiful, because I really didn't realize or know
silly.
that I was beautiful until I got into my 30s.
Yeah.
I always still 30s.
Yeah, I
I
think it
still
took me-
thought
yeah.
that I was ugly.
I know that you felt that way at some point, but 30s, I ain't know it was until you got to your 30s.
And then it could have been stuff that was happening in my life where people was beating my self-esteem down to where, you know what I'm saying, I thought that, you know, I was ugly. But for me, when it comes to colorism, I dealt with that my whole life. I've been black all my life. And I actually think when I was younger, I was much darker than what I am.
You
It's
were.
funny.
You
It's so
look like
funny.
it definitely
it's
appeared
when
to
we
be.
get as we get older, like, because I feel like I was darker than what I am now. You know, if I look back
don't.
at some pictures, yes. If I look back
I
at some
do
pictures,
think that Mo looked darker. I think it probably was the quality of them pictures, because she do, like when we look at pictures, you do appear to be of a darker shade than she does today. But so yeah,
It's
I
crazy
agree with that.
because when I was battling this with my skin, I was like, I was probably like in my mid-20s, late 20s or something like that. And I remember your brother named me, this is where I got the name Black Goddess from. And that stuck with me because the entire time, all my life up until that particular time, I thought I was this ugly ass, like black ass girl. Because, you know, they used to, not only in school, I can't say really in school, they would call me names because I used to fight, so they didn't try me. But at home and amongst my family, like they all was like black girl. Like my grandma would call me bring your black ass here. You know what I'm saying? That was my name. She said, black ass. You know what I'm saying? That was me. Ma'am. So, you know, but she made me feel like, by doing that, she made me feel like,
You was a black ass.
no, that's ugly.
up.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you're calling me a name. Like, you know what I'm saying? My name is, she called me Nikki. My name is Nikki. Why not call me Nikki? So you
Yeah.
make me feel like because you're calling me
Yeah.
by my color,
Yes.
that's ugly. Bring your
Yeah,
ugly
bring your
ass
black
here. So
ass.
that's how I took it. But
Yeah.
I would have took it that
it
way,
wasn't.
too.
Yeah, it wasn't until Raymond called me.
Oh, black God.
Yeah, I had them took these pictures, and I had my hair done up. You remember we used to wear them buns up here?
Oh my goodness.
You remember
I'm
when I
talking
had
about
that
them
black
girls
dress?
done behind her.
Yes, that big old
Look,
high behind.
and I had them blew it up. I blew it up.
I blew it up.
I blew it up, so you know.
You thought it was the jump, didn't you? I know that's right.
And Raymond came in there and looked at that picture. He was like, "Oh, that's nice. That's nice, Mo. That's nice." You look like a black goddess.
Yeah.
I can't stand that nigga. Oh, my bad.
Because you
That
had
black
that
guy.
hair. Because you had
Yeah,
that
it's
hair.
still like a crown.
Yeah.
And ever since
Yes.
that day, I have called myself the Black Goddess.
Wow.
And that's when I start coming into my own about,
Yeah.
bitch, I'm bad. Wait a minute. And then I started looking at videos, and you know they had a lot of light skinned chicks, but you know they was every now and then they'll dip a dark skinned chick in there. And I remember Big Booty Judy. She was dark skinned. She had a big booty just like me, and niggas was praising. I was like, oh shit,
I got big booty now.
I got this.
And I'm a little
I got
darker
this.
than that.
Yeah, but society teaches you that, but it's important to validate your kids at home.
I agree.
I definitely agree. Because my youngest daughter, she's very dark. She's, you know, a very dark skin, but
Very?
she's very dark. But I tell her all the time, you know, your skin is I tell her your skin is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? I love on them, and I make sure that they know at home you're beautiful.
Absolutely.
So they don't have to get that validation or anything from anyone outside of home. You know
What I used to do with my girl? I'm sorry to cut you off. You done?
Go ahead.
But what I used to do with, particularly my youngest daughter, not my youngest, my oldest daughter, is I would validate her. Excuse me. I would tell her how beautiful she was, how pretty her hair is, how sexy her legs look. Like, girl, you got a body like Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? I used to hype her up.
Yeah.
But what I also did would be like, if anybody ever said anything about you, they would talk about your big ass feet because they can't say shit else about you because you the
nothing
baddest bitch.
So
But
you
when it gets to
pointed
your
out her
feet,
flaw.
yeah. So when everybody else would point out that flaw,
didn't
that shit didn't even bother her.
At all.
So
That's
Reverse psychology.
Yeah, that's good.
Sounds like it.
That's good. I had an issue because my daughter, I have one daughter, and she's of a darker complexion, and she's dealt with that. She's actually here. I don't know if she's bold enough to kind of talk about some of her experience with the colorism, but I've had to deal, because I personally haven't had to deal with a colorism issue. Because I was kind of on the lighter side of the complexion, and I was way lighter than I am today. They used to call me high yellow. And so I never personally had to deal with it. So when I had a daughter of a darker complexion, and I'm a confident woman, and I thought I did a pretty good job as far as to making sure that she understood that she was beautiful, and that her complexion was on point. And I pointed out other beautiful black women in my family, and you was one of them. You were definitely one of them, Monique.
Thank you, girl.
Yeah, girl. And but I made sure that I emphasized that, but it still didn't work. She still had her moments of insecurities and still feeling like she didn't matter, like she was in the back seat.
I would love to hear, like, if she's willing, like, why even after that, you know, even after being told, you know, and being validated in your mom, why would you still feel some kind of way about
society?
You don't have to. You don't have to come
Just
up
come
here.
to-
You can just
come
come
to
to the
Tasha
mic
mic.
and just.
Yeah, and it's crazy because I feel, and she be like, "Oh my gosh, Ma, you so pretty," and you know, she used to tell me that, and I was like, "Count Quanish, you look just like she looks just like
you.
me. She just has a different shade of color." So when she now takes pictures, she'll send them back because she still deals with it. I think currently she'll send me pictures. She'll be like, "Oh my gosh, Ma, that's true. I actually do look like you," and I'm like, not that I'm the standard that she needs to follow, but you take whatever you can give and you go from there. If you want to talk about it, honey, you can talk about it.
Well, when I was younger, it was a lot harder to deal with it because of everyone that I hung out with. In high school made it really hard to deal with because everybody was so quick to judge and especially the boys.
Yeah.
The boys are a little harsher than the females because they wouldn't even look your way. You would have the darker skinned people. We would have to try so much harder to be pretty than a light skinned person would have
Right.
to try.
You're right.
So what were some of the things that you used to do to try to be seen?
I never tried to be seen. Actually, I was one of them people who tried to be out
Not
of
be
the way.
seen?
Yeah.
You took the
'Cause
background.
I'd just rather not be seen than to be in the light so that more people can talk about me. So I just
You took a back.
not go nowhere. Or just like go somewhere where there's not a lot of people. So I hid a lot
Yeah.
in my childhood. Barely went anywhere.
We're going to get some of the comments from the live, but I was discussing the topic with my daughter on the back end, and I was, because, we got to gather bullet points before we start the show, so that way, we ain't just up here with no dead air for y'all. We ain't trying to do y'all like that. And I was telling her, I wanted her opinion on the story. On the topic, and she told me, she was like, well, Mom, because she wrote it down. I was like, oh, write that down, because I thought that was, I thought it was pretty good. And she was like, our insecurities also come from others' opinions about us. She said, in the mirror, you're feeling yourself. She was like, and then your friend or a child walks in, and they say, ew, I don't like, she was like, I don't like it. And then she was telling me how she used to, it'll basically make her want to stay in the house. You thought that you like you finally done hyped yourself up and you like, I'm in, I got this thing.
That's
and then here
absolutely
somebody
true.
is, hold on, swole up.
Not to interrupt you, but to go back to my story, I will never forget the time in which the incident actually occurred. Where what I'm saying, I just was like, I'd rather just take my life than to just deal with it. Is when I don't know if y'all remember when I had to get my hair cut.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that had to be a tough time for you. It was a tough time for me for you.
It
Why
was.
you had to get your
I
hair
had
cut?
my hair was falling out, so my mom, was falling out in the back. So my mom had to get it all the way cut to where I wouldn't have any more split ends or
And it'll grow back
and
healthy.
it grow back healthy, right?
Yeah.
Guess
Why
where it was
she
cut
did
at?
that?
Where was cut at?
So all of it, my hair was cut. It was like I gotta show you a picture. It was
It
like
was supposed to be a mushroom.
Oh,
It
you
was-
invented the mushroom.
No,
Pretty
the
much-
mushroom came
came
here.
all the way down here.
Kiana
Mine was
Love came up here. They
The
cut
mushroom was out.
No, the mushroom was in, but the mushroom came here to the ears. It was level.
Yeah.
But they took her mushroom up
it
too
was
high.
that. Yeah, and it was
They had
that
all of this
far.
up here cut
yeah,
off.
it was that
Showing
bad,
out.
broken. It was broken. So she had to do what she needed to do. But then I got to go back and deal with people, and I already didn't like my hair. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
now I got to go and deal with people, and I never forget.
I did it.
No.
Oh.
When I had to go to.
She looked at.
Because I told you about this, but I never told you that I went home and did what I tried to do.
Oh,
did?
because
What
I
you
know
did?
you had.
Well, I
issues.
had when I went to practice one day, and somebody at practice was taunting me about my hair, was picking on me when I had to go to practice for the parade. I know I told you about that, but anyways, this certain person, I looked up to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I looked up to that individual, and for them to say, she don't even remember to this day, but it stuck with me.
Yeah.
She don't even remember to this day. I brought it to her attention. She don't even remember. But it affected me just that bad. You know what I'm saying? Until it stuck with me, and I brought it back to her attention. You're like, I don't remember. I did that.
Yeah.
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 So
I didn't want to cut you off, baby girl, but you had something else you wanted to add to your story. Y'all can see this look she giving me behind these girls. So you ain't got nothing else to say?
It's easier now
Why is it easier now?
because I'm older and I don't care too much about what people say anymore. I'm more my own person.
So was it like a self-hate? Did you or was it more of like a low self-esteem, or just an insecurity that you had about how did you feel about yourself?
I went through the same thing you went through with the suicide thing. I tried it multiple times.
Wow.
And it was really hard. Like, really hard. I didn't even want to go to school. Like, my mama had to keep my hair done. I didn't want to go to school. I kept getting into fights. I kept getting kicked out of school.
I know I'm a crybaby because I'm low key bothered, but okay.
I had it really bad. I had no friends. I had it bad. It's easy. It's a lot easier now because I'm okay with not having friends, and I just love myself for who I am. Everybody has insecurities.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I deal with them better than I would like I used to because it was hard then.
Mm-hmm.
But it's
Because you don't
easier
know
now.
no better. You're younger. You don't even know how to deal with
And you
the.
feel like everything is over because high school is almost a really tough time to go through because it's not like everybody is just like, okay, I'm here to make friends. It's people who go to school just to bully people, just to get into fights, to look for trouble, who skip classes. And I wasn't one of them type of people, but people love to target me in high school, and I used to skip. My mom used to be like, why you always skipping school? I used to take them whoopings. I'm skipping. I'm not going to
Yeah,
school.
and I hated that because how do you discipline somebody who already they already willing to take the consequences?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's crazy because I think about some of the stuff because he used to because we moved around a lot, and she used to have conversations with me about she felt that it was unfair because I always had Kiana as my best friend. No matter wherever we went, I had that standalone best friend in Jennifer, and she felt like it was fair because we moved around so much that she wasn't able to get a friend. Yeah, and but she also, and then I was like, well, Quanish, you just got to show yourself friendly because I felt like she had enough time to be able to gather a friend between the times that we were moving. But she was becoming mean, and I didn't realize it, or I didn't recognize it. That it probably was a defense
mechanism because that's exactly what happened with me. You know, exactly that. I became like mean, and I started hating females. I ain't like females. I mean, she grew up, and I really liked her because she slapped somebody for me. So I really attached myself. Like that was like, oh yes, this is my friend because I didn't fight then. I was very scared growing up. Till I got to a certain point, and that became my defense, mechanism. I was angry, and I just started fighting. I would fight on every scene, and people didn't even realize that, I was going through my insecure, low self-esteem points in my life, and that's what I built, that wall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
the wall. I did have to build the wall too. The wall was for us to protect ourselves, but it also came off other ways to other people because while I was going through stuff at school and other places, my mama didn't know because I didn't tell her, but she would be hard on me too at the same time with me being hard going through stuff at school, and she wouldn't understand because I would rather not talk to her, keep it to myself, but I would have to go to school and literally don't want to be there every day and have to deal with the way that I looked and can't have the new clothes that I wanted, new shoes, because like life is life. And then I had to come home and I'm getting whoopings for skipping. And we getting in trouble for just like not trying to avoid school at all. I'm skipping school or fighting so I could get suspended. And I'll go home and get a whooping for it. But I'm trying to get away from everybody else who's doing stuff to me.
Let me ask you this. You wanted to stop crying.
I'm sorry.
Let me ask you this because this is something that I went through. I went through the exact same thing. We the same complexion. And what it did for me was I always felt ugly just because of my skin. I always had long, thick, pretty hair, but just because of my complexion, I always thought I was so super ugly. And what it did was when I met a guy, if that guy, because I wasn't being validated at home, if I met a guy and he told me I was beautiful or he made me feel like I was beautiful, it was like I was whatever you want. Yeah. Oh, I'm in love. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can get whatever you want. I'm going to do whatever I'm going to keep this one. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it had me, and that's the number one MO for me. And they're going to make you, they know when you're insecure, what your insecurities are. So they feed off that.
They target you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And no one else was telling me I was beautiful. This the only person telling me that I'm beautiful. So
yeah,
I must be real beautiful to him. He loved me. You know what I'm saying? So it made me, I went through a lot of stuff when it came to men, and I would accept a lot of stuff because of how he made me feel,
Yeah.
you know, what I wasn't getting from anyone else. And to be honest, it might have been my kids that taught me
Yeah.
that, girl, now I'm finna cry. What the hell going on? Wait a minute. I'm a G. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Always talking about you a G.
Yeah.
Girl, you
Gee,
gotta cry.
please don't cry. Wait a minute. But it might have been my
Cry
kids
no
that taught
more,
me.
no more.
Cry. Yeah, but I think it was them that taught me because my kids were lighter than me. And I have one child, you know, that's dark like me, but all her life she was light. She was very, very bright.
Yeah.
And but before her, I think it might have been my first 3 kids that taught me that like, cause they used to tell me all the time, like, wow, Mom, like, you beautiful tonight.
Yeah.
And at that time I didn't believe it. And I used to be like,
They just my kids.
yeah,
Supposed to say
I don't know what the fuck they talking about. I'm mama. They supposed to say. But yeah, and that's why I say it wasn't until I got into my 30s that I realized that
You was actually beautiful.
I am kind of cute.
Yeah, girl, you got it now. Well, I want to make sure, I want to let my daughter go unless she has something that she want to say. But I personally want to let you know that I love you and I'm so proud of your strive, you know, because y'all already know I'm a crybaby because I'm about to cry. Because I see your steps along the way. Because I didn't always recognize it because you didn't conversate with me about it. But I'm so proud of you to be able to stand in yourself.
Yes.
Because you are beautiful and I love you.
You are beautiful.
All right.
I love me some chocolate now.
You.
But
It did.
In the Pharaoh skin that I have,
Yeah.
I was called
Come closer
white.
to the mic.
come to the mic, babe.
I said I was called white,
Yeah.
and because I have freckles too,
Yeah.
you know, it went both ways. It didn't matter
Yeah.
the skin color.
Yeah.
I was,
I
your
would've
lips
never
big, you big butt, you this, that. It was,
Yeah.
it made you feel bad. Made you feel bad. It didn't matter.
It's so
So
good
you
to hear
went through
that
the same
side. Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
I
Had my hair pigtails, they
And
put
she
it
light
on
skinned with
stocking
pretty
this.
hair
Right.
too.
Like I would have always,
didn't
when I was
matter.
younger, I would have
Y'all,
always
she's
thought
light
you
skinned
was
with pretty
beautiful.
hair, right?
No.
I want to look
Yeah.
like Precious.
Oh.
It
y'all.
didn't
Like,
matter.
you know what I'm saying?
It didn't
And then
matter.
our dolls didn't help. They
Oh,
have darker
Lord.
dolls
White
now.
baby dolls.
Yeah.
So I've never bought my kids white dolls. I've been never seen
I think that's
clean
now
with
with
a
this
white
new
doll.
generation, they make sure to get the doll that of the race.
Yeah.
I mean, I get more than one of them, but you can trust and believe. I bought 10 dolls, ain't but one white.
I don't think I bought a white
I
All
one.
of them,
nails.
and I'm,
And I
I'm
have to be
serious.
honest,
And
I'm
I
not
said
white
if.
dolls.
I said if I bought one. Because
had
trust
all-
me, all my baby dolls was black.
I remember, Kyle, you remember if
They were
somebody
different
bought y'all a
shades.
white doll, where it's going?
Black.
Throw that shit in the garbage.
That's right.
You ain't white. But I remember when I was a little black ass little girl, I got
Yeah.
this white ass doll, like
Yep.
That just adds fuel to the fire.
Yep.
black ass, come here.
God darn baby doll away from me. This raggedy behind baby doll away.
So I would like to read some of the comments that were
Absolutely.
coming in as we were talking before they start feeling like they're out of place.
Not in.
Of course, Julie Mae is always watching. She
Hey,
says,
Julie! But I done called you Julie.
Her name
What you
Julia.
say? What you call it?
Hey, Julie! I done gave you a nickname, Julia. My bad.
I guess this was during the time when Nikki was talking, and Keisha made a comment says, "You wasn't 30, Nikki."
Who was Nikki? Me?
Keisha said
You know
that.
that's Keisha. Don't nobody else know you about
Oh, okay. I'm about to say, who know I'm Nikki?
And probably when Kiana was talking about her issue or her discussion, she was discussing. It says, "Because the streets are always talking." Another comment from Keisha. Julie also said that we all have our own battles.
Yeah.
We are our own worst critics.
Yes, I'm definitely.
Let me just,
okay.
Keisha, right quick. I'm gonna,
Okay.
Keisha, I was 30. I'm
She's gonna
serious.
tell your truth.
I was. Go ahead.
Keisha's also making another comment. She said, "F them, Niecy, because you look like me.
Oh,
That's right.
You
that's
look
right.
like your TT."
That's
And
my
Keisha
sister.
also, my
That's
cousin is
my
on it
sister.
tonight. Keisha said, "I'm sorry, Nona."
Oh.
So we just continue to ask you if you have comments. Please comment. We will try to read them off. Thank you again for watching.
Yes, we thank you guys for tuning in. We love it. We love it. Were you able to finish your start? Okay.
So I want to ask my daughter, since she's here too, and I
Yeah.
know she. No, I don't want to ask you. Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
She don't want force some more.
No, but I know she went through. Her and Quanisha are two completely different complexions,
Yeah.
and she went through a lot of the same things
Yeah.
that Quanisha went through, even when it comes down to the suicide. And I guess she don't want to talk about it, so I guess that means move on.
Yeah, it's crazy because some of my bullet points that I had looks like we had already addressed some of the things. Because I was saying, did society play a major role into like self-hate or even wanted to conform to it? And then you also, I was like, is it a form of bullying? Clearly, people was picking with you. I'm saying, or picking with. I mean, because I got some stories of bullying too. It didn't necessarily come from the colorism aspect, but. We all got bullied. And I want to apologize if I bullied anybody. Like, me and Kendra was really having a conversation.
You was a bully.
I real deal. I did not know. I promise you, I did not
She gonna ask me
think
talking about
I was
we
a
bullies.
bully.
Was we bullies?
Me and her talking about was we bullies.
Kendra, you just found out we was bullies too. We both
was
just
a bully
realized.
too?
Yeah,
We
we.
made me be a bully.
I can see that. I can see that.
Now, you need to cut that out, Mo.
Like, no, but growing up, she did actually, you know what I'm saying, tell me, she was like, fight, you better fight, you better.
That
her
ain't got
and
nothing to
Jen-
do with being
No,
bully.
her and Jennifer used to, my other best friend, they used to both be like, fight, you got to fight back, you got to stop letting them,
Damn
you
right.
know,
But that's
bully
not
you around.
teaching you to be a
But
bully.
no,
That's teaching you to.
but then out of,
Oh, here we go.
but no, as we, you know, continue and I started fighting back, you know,
And you realize I got hands.
and then we switched up the game and it was like, no longer
Who
can
switched
you.
up the game?
She did. She
Okay.
kind of told me
Oh,
to
my
switch up the
goodness.
game, and we no longer was they bullying me. So now we're like, okay, now we finna bully them. Let's get them back.
I don't think that was our, because I
That
ain't like.
wasn't our MO.
Right,
We
I was
wasn't
in there,
trying
you
to
showing
do
because
that.
I
But
still
it-
had a
it
heart, because
did.
I'll fight you and pick you up.
Oh God, we ain't even finna talk about that. That's a whole nother topic. We gonna save that for another day.
So I wasn't intentionally out here. Now I probably intentionally bullied somebody, and we don't call our names on this show. But oh my gosh, whenever I see this particular person, I am going to give her a hug and apologize for that.
too late.
it's
Ain't
No
no
damn
Shut up,
hug
ain't
now.
no- Shut up, Monique. I am going to give her. You never know. She
It's
probably
too late.
needs it.
She's probably
never
waiting on
too
that.
late.
She
She don't want
Probably
no
is.
hug.
Well, that's what my heart is leading me to do. Whenever I see this particular
waiting.
individual,
Well, do
I
what your heart
am.
leading you to do, because
I
she
really
don't want
am.
And
no
then
hug.
when she push you off, then what?
I ain't gonna punch her because I'm gonna let her have that because
bully.
of all this.
Now what? Now what's gonna happen when she
Look, I'm gonna let her have that because I bullied
think I
her.
bullied. I think I was about to say one, but I think I bullied
Couple people. You was old bully.
I think I bullied like 3
We was
people.
bullied, Monique. All these
counting
dudes
them.
in our
I
family.
can't really say I was bullied. I wasn't.
Man, girl,
wasn't
Buddha used to
bullied?
be waiting
I
for
was-
us on
I
the
was
side
not-
of the boat. I'm talking, I don't call names. Buddha literally used to wait for us. He used to
Oh, okay,
stand
so I'm
behind the
thinking
back of the bus.
Well, no, not
Wait
with
till
me.
we get off and just snatch our feet from up under us when we stepped off the bus.
I wasn't
Girl,
bullied. I'm just talking about me.
She talking about
Me
her.
and
If she
me
say
and
she
Buddha was
wasn't.
super close. We was like brothers
We
and
was
sisters
close
when I
too.
was coming up. So I never had that whatever problem you had with
Yeah,
him. I
yeah.
never. That's you. I never had that. Not me.
Yeah, he bullied me into being a good cousin.
No, but what he used to do was, I felt like I was the bully to people because of how I felt like I looked, and my cousins would always, the male cousins would always come get me to fight. You know what I'm saying? Everybody. So I grew up not really being a bully, but feeling like I had to be a protector.
Absolutely.
So that's why, like, when we start going to the club and a bitch fuck with you, what I used to do, come stand right in front of you, fuck with them. Like, you know what I'm saying? I had already built that reputation where you don't want to fuck with Monique, fuck with Kiana.
Now you know.
But then if they fuck with Kiana, I go stand right in front of her. Now you got a problem with Monique. But they'll get you when I wasn't there though.
Man, we were fighting on every end, man. That's a whole nother another topic.
Yeah, that's a whole-
every
Whole
end.
other topic.
Look, well, I have something. I said,
You got a lot of notes. You ain't said nothing.
yeah, no.
Because we pretty much went over what, because the same thing she said when we was talking, we was going over it. But go ahead. I'm trying to see if it's anything that I missed.
I was trying to see where conforming comes from. Because I feel like.
Give me the definition again.
You want me to give you a definition? Look. Y'all see my fingernail colors. Y'all know I know this.
Dude, I still got the shit in there.
Oh,
God.
don't talk about them shitty nails. Look, the definition of conform is comply with rules, standards, or laws. 2 is of a person. Behave according is socially acceptable conventions or standards. And 3 is be similar in form or type or agree. So I was wondering, do we want others to conform due to our best qualities? And I kind of gave some examples. In other words, like if the best quality in you as a woman, this ain't to say that this is, but say for instance, you would be that virtuous woman.
I knew you was gonna
Exactly,
say
that virtuous woman, which means you're kind of around a well-rounded woman who basically taking care of every aspect of the home, every aspect of the kids, every aspect of what they say that a woman is supposed to do for her husband. You know what I'm saying? And then you will have another woman who may not necessarily be well-rounded. And I would say well-rounded based upon what they say that virtuous woman would be. And I'm like, is that where conforming kind of comes from? Because you think that this is the best. So you study reaching for the best. So, you know, it's kind of okay to conform because everybody already know that this the best. Not understanding that God uniquely made you for you to function who you are. But when people feel like this is it, then you kind of want to conform.
Everybody is trying to reach and meet that standard.
Absolutely.
Everybody is in competition for that, you know. And it is conforming. It's definitely conforming.
That's a little bit of conforming. Yes, I kind of thought about that, and I was like, yeah, I think that actually has a lot to do with it because I know I personally dealt with a lot, and I dealt with. I don't really talk. Well, I'm a big talker, but I may talk about something, but I may not go in depth of it. I may talk about the surface of it. But people coming from my womanhood has always been because I got married really young. So people coming from my womanhood as far as to a standard that a woman's supposed to be have always, even to this day,
A woman
it's still
or a wife?
A woman, wife.
Womanhood, wife. I see them both as the same.
I've also, you know, heard like, you know, even with her character, her personality, you know, women are supposed to be seen, not heard. You know, Tanya is very, you know,
Loud. Heard.
Yeah, she's very heard. You know what I'm saying? But that's her personality. You can't, you know what I'm saying? And you want her to conform because this is what society has said. A woman is supposed to be seen and not heard. This is who she is.
Right, but that's also what they see. You probably see that loud Tanya in the streets, but I'm definitely nowhere near loud in my home. I don't even have a voice in my home if we wanted to talk about that because I'm very humble. If you wanted to say something about being submissive, I'm a very submissive woman. I'm not going to argue with you. I would rather not argue to keep peace in my home. And that's just my take as far as to is how I could be a better mate to my husband. And I'm pretty sure he appreciates those characters, but they never really value those characters of a woman. They always heighten the cooking and the cleaning and the taking care of the kids. When you don't know, I'm back here and encouraging and all of that other stuff that people don't even talk about that goes towards a person's character, but you want to talk about because I don't cook 7 days a week. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of frustrated me. But then on the back end, I used to have my kids. Now that we go through stuff and, you know, even your kids watch. And when I finally had a real conversation with them and they considered it weak. And I never considered the position that I took as a weak position. But you never know how someone else's perception may be.
And that reminds me of Love and Basketball when she thought her mama was weak.
Yeah.
Seen that?
Yeah.
But going back to what you said about me looking at you, me being someone that was always kind of quiet and scared to voice you know what I'm saying, and scared to say stuff. Like, that's
Yeah.
something that I've always admired about you. Was not, I never considered you as loud, but the fact that you were, one, an encourager, and two, Tanya is known as, the people person and the one that, is going to talk and make it,
Sociable.
the sociable person.
Social
and,
butterfly is what I call her.
Look,
She's a social butterfly. Is that a fly? Is that a
keep the
butterfly?
party going.
that's a butterfly?
Oh, that's a bird.
That's a bird.
Oh, okay.
That's a bird.
We all right for
Looking
now.
like it.
Look, y'all already know that directed me back there, and I'm telling her keep it going. Are they have any comments that we need to include?
Yes. So Julia also says that I dislike being so skinny. And first thing people would say to me is, "Oh my God, you're so skinny." I grew comfortable, but definitely, oops, sorry, Julia. The comments
hold
just
on.
disappeared.
Swipe
Well,
it
let me
back.
tell you one thing about that
Swipe.
skinniness.
Oh, there we go.
You got it. Go ahead.
Hello.
You finish.
Hello.
But definitely have insecurities about my weight. And people think because I'm so skinny, I shouldn't. I wouldn't wear certain items that most people think I should. Most of the times,
Yeah.
I always cover up with a jacket.
Yeah, that's good.
Keisha also made another comment. Nikki, I was saying when Raymond named you, you wasn't 30.
Oh, no, I wasn't.
That's what she was talking
Okay,
about.
I'm sorry, baby.
And Julia again, it says, "Oh, and I will talk about my big head before others." I was going to say that too. You know how sometimes we have that insecurity. We'll
Yeah.
say the joke about us first.
Yeah.
And so that's what Julia was commenting
Yeah,
on.
that's
that.
good.
Beat
That's
them
good.
to the punch, kind
Yeah,
of, sort of.
Yeah. That was like what you was kind of doing with the big feet comment.
Yeah.
With the,
And
that's
another
good.
thing I do with my girls
Hold on,
is, you want to go ahead?
No.
Oh, okay. Is I make them say affirmations. So,
Oh, that's good.
and I started this, they start slacking, but we back on it.
Tonight.
We back on it. But, and then even in my bathroom, like I have a whole bunch of sticky notes and they have to learn them. So when you brush your teeth, when you doing your hair, when you on the toilet, you have no choice but to read these sticky notes. Y'all probably seen them.
Reassurance. I
That
did see
said,
when
you
you
know what I'm
read
saying?
through
I'm beautiful. I love my kinky hair. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I love me. Like, you know what I'm
Yes.
saying? And I tell them all the time, like, y'all can't even go out the door. Y'all have to give me at least 5, and then I want them to
Yeah.
change it up like every morning.
Yeah.
And then I make them say it like they mean it.
Yeah.
So they be like, they tired. They tired. They want to go to school, and I'm gonna say it like you mean it.
I can't. Do you believe it, Kaya?
The affirmation.
Do you believe it? Because it's one thing to do it, but do you believe it? Just give
She
me
done nod her head. Do you believe it?
Look, I'm back here.
You believe you're beautiful?
I
know that's right.
You scared.
Look, she ain't gonna say if she didn't believe it.
You believe you can do anything?
Look, Kiana.
Yeah, okay.
So they were. So she believes it.
Amen.
I tend to do that with a lot of my students now. It's
Yeah.
like, you see them that they slacking, they ain't got the clothes right. They ain't
Yeah.
Right.
Good morning, beautiful.
Yes.
Right. That's good.
I
And
know
that's
that's
very
right.
And I
precious.
do that now.
Look,
with
I know
even
that's
Teacher precious?
Yes.
That's, oh
Yes.
my God, that's so important for teachers to do that because they don't
Absolutely.
do that. No.
And I do
Wrong.
that. I find myself doing that with women, period. Like women, period. Now because we don't do that enough with
We
one
don't
another.
celebrate one
You
another.
think so?
Yeah, I
Think
absolutely. I
the
feel like you
opposite.
You do,
Tanya,
but like most
you
women
and
Yeah,
don't.
yeah.
We
My bad.
Yeah, but most
Right.
women don't, and I
You
find
do.
myself
I
doing
do
that
do.
a lot more than what I've ever. And I always be like, "Oh, that's cute. Oh, you look cute today."
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Compliment, and I be, not being funny, but I want to let you know
Genuinely.
that genuinely I'm looking at you and I see you as
Yes.
being beautiful. So yeah, definitely we have to, reassure one another.
Anytime I
because
see
it
something that-
helps. You know what I'm saying? Definitely
agree.
when somebody tell you you look cute or your hair look cuter, it make you feel good. You know what I'm saying?
Heck
So,
yeah.
definitely.
And I make it my point to point out anything that I feel is positive. I am old positive Nancy.
Positive Paula.
Not positive
Right.
Paula.
I'll say Nancy.
Paula. Oh, that's negative
That's
Nancy.
negative Nancy.
oh wow.
But I do make it my business to make sure that I point out something because I always find the good in everything. I real deal don't. And sometimes I may have to take a moment to step back because I do too. Even though I'm positive, I do too still have those human moments where, you know, you have to take a breather and then keep it moving, and you get back onto that what you believe is the way that the Lord set for you. And I'm not saying what is right or what's wrong, but as far as how you know that the Lord created you. So I make sure that I point out each and everything. Look at Jasmine back there, nod her head, because she the same way. She all positive too. That's probably what's connected us, two positives.
We have a comment from Carl, also mentioned that I think he was talking to Monique, and said that you're beautiful.
Aww.
How you know he was talking to me?
Well, because he commented when you were talking, so he may have been talking to just you or to all the ladies, because the comments are coming in.
Oh, we don't have no kind of problem if he if he's single Monique out.
I didn't know, because
No,
he
but I'm
just
just
said
saying
that
we
you
wanted,
were
we
beautiful.
wanted
Of
to
course.
definitely make it a point that even if he singled out just Monique, because we're all confident in our own right.
Yeah.
You're
So if he
right.
singled her out, she is definitely beautiful. We okay with that?
Alvin has a comment on here that's so long.
You gonna read it?
I think we as black people back in the day didn't teach each other how to love ourselves for who we are.
Right.
Therefore, we listened to what people said about us or thought about us and ran with that until later in life we started feeling ourselves and realizing, hey, I have a lot more worth than what people say.
You're absolutely
Let's teach our children.
Right.
Tell them daily how beautiful and important they are. So when they grow up, they'll know that mommy and daddy told me I was more than what the people said. Alvin, thank you for your
That was good, Alvin. Thank you.
Thank you.
Look at you, Alvin. Gold star for Alvin.
Go back to Zerlina says, because of how I was bullied in elementary and middle school, I would choose friends, Precious. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I would choose friends in high school that were not in the in crowd.
Yeah.
Girls taunt may not have. Yeah, this is okay. The in crowd. If girls taunt may not have been thought.
Taught may not have been thought. What?
May not have thought.
Come on,
May
get to
not
the mic.
have
What'd
thought.
you say?
They were cute. They may not have thought that, but
Okay, they may not have thought they was cute.
Yeah.
Okay. The sweetest people. Precious.
but they were the sweetest people.
But they were the sweetest
Oh,
people.
I
the
get it.
people
I
that-
get it.
My daughter
Okay.
just agreed with that. She said that's the same thing she does too.
Yeah. I thank you all for supporting me. That means so much. That means a lot from Julia Mays.
Absolutely.
Tanya, everybody is a cheerleader for show. Tanya is everybody cheerleader
sure
for
is.
show.
Who said that? Keisha.
Keisha said that.
Definitely is.
She speak for everybody. She'll tell you what everybody thinking. She talk. Oh yes.
Yes, yes.
It don't
yes.
matter, but I
do
still
matter.
defend. No, because even I'm a defender on the back end
You
too.
really are a defender, and I'm saying you would even tell somebody, the person could be right there, and you would tell. Well, what they mean is, how you gonna say what
Right.
somebody? You gonna speak for
As
them?
black women, we don't compliment each other enough.
We don't, absolutely, and I realized that along the way, and I realized when I am being complimented that, you know what I'm saying, it makes me feel a certain way, so I took it upon myself to make sure when I see somebody, I'm like, oh, you look so pretty, now your hair so, you know what I'm saying, to make them
Yeah,
feel
I like
good.
them shoes.
I like them
girl.
shoes,
Yes.
girl. You
This is
working
rocking.
it.
When they
Yeah,
come in the
you know what I'm
room, like
saying? Yes.
I be on, I be like, I know that's right, Taj. I know that's right, Mo.
Because you never know what
Kiana,
they does for that
okay.
person that day. They could actually be going through something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or feeling some kind of way. Or even in
Yeah.
that suicidal mindset.
Yeah.
And you just, you know what I'm saying, amped them up and gave them some more, you
Yeah.
know, to keep going.
Absolutely, because it's definitely needed. I ain't gonna say that I need it because I'm used to being the encourager. I do need it. So just in case y'all
okay,
listen,
Thank you,
because
Maria.
I normally don't. I'm used to not having it. I'll put it that
Yeah,
way.
because you do.
And
Everybody needs it.
It became the norm for me, so I'm okay. I'm just gonna be me. I'm just gonna continue to give
You
it.
got
But
something to say?
oh, come on, Kaya.
Tosh, don't do that.
Look,
Tosh, put your hands down. Tosh,
look for Kaya coming to the mic.
Yes, go Kaya.
Say I had this friend. I'm not gonna call her ugly, but everybody thought she was ugly. Even my mom. She would tell us.
Now you told her to come Talk to the mic. Now you want to
Talk about it. Talk about it. Talk about it.
She'll be like,
You caught us off guard, Kanye. I'm sorry. You caught us way off guard.
she'll be like,
Don't tell the truth.
every friend I had, she thought it was ugly. She was like, why you hang around that fat little girl? Like, stuck on your.
now you done told her to come.
But
Don't hide, Monique. Go back. That's all right, Mo. We learned.
Look at God. Full circle. Bring it full circle.
But my last friend that was when we lived in New York, everybody kept calling her ugly, and they called her they called us Beyonce and Elmo because she had a big nose, so she looked like Elmo, I guess. So the whole school year I just kept telling her that she was cute. And she would always put her hair in front of her, and then I realized at the end of the school year she'll wear it up because she would think she cute because I put that in her.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good, Kaya.
I love that about you, Kaya. I really do. Keep up the good. Well, I ain't gonna say good work, but definitely be true to who you are, because I think that comes from within.
Yeah.
I hate to give good and bads because what comes from
you don't
they
know
say
what
the mouth
good and
speaks
what's
in
bad.
the heart,
You
so
don't
that
know
lets me
how
know
to
that that's
change
you.
somebody.
Exactly.
You know what? And I'm gonna say this. I want to
love
say
that.
this while you're here, but all of her life, I have always said. I don't know if you remember. I used to always be like, you remind me so much of her because I used to see your insecurities. I used to see that you felt like you was the not really the black. The black sheep. You was like the one that was cast out. Like y'all was so much alike. Like a lot of stuff that you went through, she went through.
Yeah.
You might not even know. Like
Yeah.
that's why I wanted her to talk about like the suicide and like the
Yeah.
low self-esteem. Like I saw that in you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She went through that.
Yeah.
And like they're so much alike, and they got them eyes. Who your daddy? No, I'm just playing.
Okay, so Carl came back to clarify. He was talking to Monique,
Oh, thank you, baby.
and my kid's mother.
right.
Thank you,
And my
baby.
kid's mother think you're beautiful too.
Oh.
Thank you, baby. No, but thank you guys. Thank you for all your comments, all of your support. If y'all have anything else that y'all want to say, closing remarks, we good?
Somebody tell somebody that they're beautiful.
I know that's right. Definitely.
I agree.
I agree.
Juanisha just made a suggestion that somebody tell somebody, at least 10 people, that they're beautiful today.
Yeah, be your own kind of beautiful.
Yeah.
Encourage people to be their own kind of beautiful, because my beauty may not be your beauty. So I definitely want us to make sure that we start encouraging each other, complimenting each other.
Stop imposing
Definitely stop imposing
on each other.
on each other. But for the most part, man, that's all right, man.
I don't have my Diana Ross wig on, but I just want to say,
Get your stuff.
Say it.
this must be important. Huh? Oh, okay. Better say,
Gotta get
it's
it right.
important. Andrew done brought me the phone. Here you go.
What you want to say about your Diana? Your Diana Ross wig?
I just, you know how I should reach out and touch somebody's hand, but I was gonna
Reach
say,
out and touch
Ow!
somebody's
There
hand.
you go.
Make this world a better place. If you can, reach out and touch somebody's hand. Make this world a better place. If you can.
Hey.
Andrew, you
So
know we ain't got 'em all.
before we go, we want to go ahead and y'all know the social media sites.
Absolutely.
We
gonna-
sick of telling y'all to follow, share, and all this, and y'all don't do it
we
now.
ain't sick.
Right now, do it. We gonna wait.
And y'all go subscribe,
Go to,
share.
Instagram. Tell them where to go right now.
Yeah, Instagram, Spoken with Purpose, all together in the number 3.
Pause.
Spoken with Purpose 3.
3. Go right
Get
now.
your behinds over there right now.
Give
Go.
y'all 1 minute. Go ahead.
Go. Spoken
Yeah,
with
she
Purpose
can-
3. Spoken with Purpose 3 on Instagram. Spoken with Purpose 3.
Hurry,
Spoken with
hurry.
Purpose 3. Spoken with
Kiana,
Purpose 3.
Her. And on Facebook, it is Spoken with Purpose. That's it.
And
Spoken
on
with Purpose.
And go
so
ahead
go
and
like
like that
it.
too.
Go like it. Go like it. Go like it. Go like it. Go
follow
like
it,
it. Go
whichever
like it.
options that you are presented with on Facebook. Like, follow one of them because it's one of them available. Both of them count because a lot of people keep sharing our stuff, and if you see us personally comment from our own personal Facebook pages, it's because most likely it could be a technical difficulty. Maybe you guys are not liking the page, or we can't tag you guys and specify that, just to make sure that y'all are aware if you see us personally comment, because we're going to make sure that we reach out and touch everybody who share our material or share something on our material, all of that good stuff, because we make sure that we interact with all our people. They hear me?
No, I say slow down.
Slow down, Tito. Dang.
Yeah.
Is that they're sitting on the curb?
All right.
Let
Thank
me
you,
out.
Precious,
You
for
too.
sharing that on Instagram.
Oh, thank you,
you,
Precious. I'm
Precious.
coming for you because we see you.
Make sure y'all go
And
to
as a matter
our
of fact, all y'all who watching, share this. Because the
Share
more you guys share it, it just helps us at the end of the day. And if you guys like, because we realize that we get
And it's
so
not so
many
much
comments
helping
on
us,
the back.
it's just helping, people in general, because we just want to, make sure that they
Absolutely, to get the purpose of this show
Yeah, the purpose of
available
our
on
show
on a wider broad scale. So we're definitely appreciative of that. So share
Can I
it.
give them the YouTube now?
Yeah.
And Monique.
Go Mo. Look, go Mo.
Go to YouTube. Spoken with Purpose Podcast. Spoken with Purpose Podcast. Subscribe. We don't not only put the videos of the actual episodes,
Yeah.
but we put personal stuff so you can get to know us. We ain't
Yeah.
discussed this yet, so I'll wait. But Spoken with Purpose Podcast.
gotta have
On
me.
YouTube, Spoken with Purpose Podcast. Make sure that y'all go subscribe to the YouTube channel, because we have plans and there's certain things that we may not be able to do because there's some logistics. Please make sure if you supporting us and you like this, go and subscribe. Again, what it is, Mo?
Spoken with Purpose Podcast. We will be putting more content, a lot more
Exactly.
content on it, so you can get to know us personally.
Absolutely, because we're even thinking about taking this live and put it over there. So if y'all interested, it makes y'all better make sure y'all go subscribe or y'all won't get it. Period. I'm just saying.
Just in case they didn't catch that, you want to repeat that again?
I'm just saying, because we have to change the platform. We have to make some adjustments. So definitely, if you like the content of this show, and we hope you guys do. So we need you guys to go subscribe. Make sure, and even if you're not going to subscribe, we want you to subscribe on Facebook, but we also have other platforms, because we have Anchor. We also on Spotify.
We have our
We're
podcast platforms.
yes, we're on Apple Podcast. Oh gosh, man, we're on every platform that you can think
Everything,
of
everything,
that has
everything,
a podcast
everything.
on it. You're going to see Spoken with Purpose, because that's what we do. We make sure we get us out there. All right, Angie, let's go.
Y'all make some suggestions on topics too.
Yeah, we
Make
love that too.
Whatever y'all want to talk
Stuff
about.
out there. Yeah,
All right,
definitely.
let's hit it.
We got some
Let's go.
coming too.
All right. Let's go. All right.
Let go. All right. Let go.
Hey.
Thanks, Jazz. Come in. Let
Thank you
go.
to our studio
All right.
audience.
Let's
Yeah.
go. Shout out. Tasha in the background. She's direct. She go. Hey, hey,
They
hey,
playing the
hey,
music?
hey, hey.
Okay.
They probably can't hear us.
With purpose. I'ma speak my mind
One
until
of them
they
at a
close the curtains.
There you go.
Look deep inside before you judge
The
the surface.
surface.
Look in my eyes
And
and read between the lines. My
my
soul is searching. Chosen, gotta focus.
They know this time you Kiana and only action, no bragging, no boasting, with no captain, they hold it down. Envisioning words, reason was power, the enemy lurking.
I'm calling my spirit, and if it can hear me, it's spoken with purpose.
Oh, cut a mic. Cut a mic off.
Ooh, that's my song right there, Precious. They got our name. Yeah.
What they say, Tanya?
Spoken with purpose. We love you, Make Move.
Hey.